we're going to begin our sequence in mountain pose. So we're lifting through the sternum, really activating the belly as we pull the belly button towards the spine, opening the palms. We're going to reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, and just start to gently open the sides as we come into palm tree. So we're just starting to warm up and get moving. So we're engaging the fingers, we're pressing towards the ceiling, but we're not clenching anything. We still have our lower body engaged to mountain. So as we bend side to side, we're still engaging the glutes and the core. Then we're going to come back into mountain and do some lateral neck flexion. And so we're keeping the shoulders in check here as we breathe into anywhere that feels tight. And repeat on the other side. And then we're going to come into standing lateral flexion. So we're going to bring each arm up and intensify that stretch a little bit and try to open up those lats. If you've been rounding forward, this is good to help prevent that or help open the chest a little bit more if you can get your lats to let go. And we're going to continue stretching out the neck a little bit. We'll bring the lower body into mountain as we look one direction and then the other. So we're activating some of those neck muscles, and then we're going to extend, and then we're going to stretch those muscles. So SCM helps to rotate your head, and so here we're stretching it out now that we've activated it. Want to make sure that we're nice and warmed up, and that we cover every range of motion and warm up all 6 directions of the spine. So we're stretching out the posterior and lateral sides of the neck. And then we're going to warm up the spine a little bit more. So we're going to come onto all fours. And we're going to come into cat-cow. So we are warming up with flexion and extension of the spine. You could also, I know often I will add some little circles on the wrist here just to make sure the palms are nice and warm depending on who you're teaching or how your body's feeling today. That's always a good option. So we're lifting those ribs and then dropping the belly down. We don't want to extend the neck too far either direction. Just as we warm up, I'm going to use a bolster just because we're still warming up here, and spread the knees wide. We're going to come into extended child's pose. And I am also going to use a block under my forehead just because it keeps my spine in a more proper alignment. And so we're going to deepen that warm up on the sides, lateral sides of our body even more. So we're going to walk the hands side to side. And if you are using a block under your forehead, just kind of scooch it over as you go. But the props, of course, are optional. Do whatever works for you. We're going to go to the other side, really ground down through the pinkies a little bit here, and we're just opening that armpit area. We're getting into that, obviously, like we said, the lats, the serratus anterior, subscapularis, and then we're warming up the muscles that abduct the arms. So we have a couple things going on at the same time as we build on our warm-up. So we're going to come into staff pose next. And I'm going to use a blanket just because it is a warm-up. And what this does is it helps us keep a nice long spine. So it helps us rounding forward. And you have options. You can put the blankets one layer. You could always just fold your mat over. So we're going to pull the toes up. We're active in those quads. We're pulling the kneecaps up. We're pressing the hands down, pulling the belly button in, and we're keeping the neck in check here. If you have a carpal tunnel issue, you could always omit the arms. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. So I'm going to use a strap around the bottoms of my feet, and then we're bending at the hips. So we're starting to warm up those hamstrings and those calves a little bit more. Then we're going to bend one knee, and we're going to come into a seated twist. So we have done flexion and extension of the spine. Now we're going to do rotation. Keeping nice long spine. So the hand in the back is pressing up so that we don't collapse that shoulder down. So just continuing our warm-up and repeating on the other side. We want to twist on the exhale. And you could cross the leg, the foot over the extended leg, whatever feels better for you. There are always variations.